our session this morning. And today we've got Master the Art of Selling to Your Clients During Lockdown and Beyond with the amazing Nicola and Dan Smith. Our session today is supported by KAO Salon Division, who are have a really great salon industry recovery initiative. So it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't done so already. We'll post the link at the top of our comments for you so you can check it out. But it's KAO Salon Division /salon-industry-recovery. So that's what you want to check out. Lots of great stuff on there. So yes, we've got the amazing Nicola and Dan Smith, who have 4 salons and have done an amazing job over the years in terms of retailing. So it'd be great to get some insights from them in terms of what they've been doing before lockdown, before all of this started, and how they've made a success of their retailing business, but also how they're getting that extra revenue stream coming in during lockdown, and as well what their plans are going to be for afterwards, because I'm sure that that's what everyone's going to want some insights on as well, to try and make sure they can boost their business as quickly as possible. So welcome, Nicola and Dan.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you both? And then we've got a third visitor, haven't we, this morning?
Yeah.
Give everyone a warning.
They're somewhere in the background. I see a head bopping up and down.
Amazing. So little Smith, Elliot Smith, he's in the background somewhere. So if we hear any noise, that's why. So I guess shall we kick off then, guys? With obviously we're all in a similar situation at the moment with lockdown, but before this even started, you guys have been amazing in terms of your retailing and the success you've had with that in all 4 of your salons. What would you say is the secret behind the success?
Retail has always been a massive passion of mine. When I was an employed stylist to then when I went self-employed until I started my business as a salon owner. And it's really important that you invest back in your team. You have clear retail systems that you can roll out consistently. And I think one of the biggest things that I noticed early on from a young hairdresser was that stylists just aren't talking about it. Everyone thinks that we've got this like massive secret, and because we have got such a strong retail business, and yes, it is kind of a secret, but we've got clear systems. We're consistent with educating our client. We never ever sell to our clients. We only educate, and with that we get really good results. So one thing I did notice previous when I used to be in other salons, that people weren't talking about it, and if they were talking about it, they weren't consistent, so the message wasn't consistent. So when we opened the salon, and I wanted to share my passion of retail with other stylists and team members, especially with the team members that struggled with retail, I had to create clear systems of what I was doing and roll that out between all salons. And I love nothing more when I have a stylist come to me and tell me they don't retail, they're rubbish at retail, because that is my little challenge. And we've got some of our top stylists in our company that came to us when they joined and had no confidence, and with the systems that we roll out and spending the time with them, showing them the way, and they have achieved amazing results. And with that, we've been able to travel the world with our team,
which is amazing. Can you maybe share some of those initiatives that you put in place to encourage all of the members in your team to sell on these?
Yeah, so we kind of, how we work is we kind of, every retail sale they do, we value it, so it's £1 per point. So we work on a point system. Right. Every kind of day we would update that point system into, say, if they sold £20 worth of retail that day, they get 20 points. And over a period of kind of between 4 to 6 months, they would have a target of that point system, and if they were successful on their points, then they would then qualify to be able to go to an event or whatever the incentive was for that.
We work very closely with our product company Garwell and KMS to enable us to on these amazing incentives, and the incentives do include worldwide travel to the most luxury places, and most amazing inspirational events, and they become quite an addiction, really. So if the team members in the salon see other stylists being successful, they want a bit of that, and they want to find out how they can get on board and how they can start their retail journey to get rewarded.
Oh, fantastic. And I guess if you've got someone coming in who's a novice, how do you turn someone who's kind of scared from selling into someone who's,
it's confidence. I think there's this whole barrier around the word selling, and it's actually mainly it's just education, just going back to basics and just showing the clients and how to
Elliot wants to join in as well by the sounds of it.
It's just going back to basics with them, and just there's a lot of people that it's really pushy. They try to the salons are pushing them to sell, and we're not like that at all. We just want you just to show your clients how to use it and when to use it and why to use it. And it's really just showing them and putting it in front of the clients and just giving them a vision instead of just doing it and putting it on the trolley behind them, or they're never going to see what you're putting on there. It's all visual. And it's just step by steps, and it does take time. But yeah, we have some amazing retailers now that when they joined us, they couldn't sell anything. So
I also think a really key point is having enough retail stock in your salon as well, because I've been lucky enough to travel the country educating, and some salons that are really struggling with retail. So you know, we really struggle with retail, and they've got nowhere near enough retail stock.
Wow.
They're stylists with testers to use on their clients, but also then for clients to buy, they're out of stock. So if a client hasn't got the product there and then, they're going to go elsewhere. So it's making sure you've got support with the right amount of retail for your stylists and for your clients, and have a good relationship with your key product company as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, and also, can I just touch on that? Or it's not having too many different types of product ranges as well, because we found that if you've got too many different choices and options, then it just confuses everybody. So we stock 3 products: a mid-range, a low-range, and a high-range. And it's all within the same company, Goldwell and KMS.
Yeah, I think a big changing point for us is when we first had one salon and when we first opened, we had lots of different companies and product ranges within the salon, and we wanted to look how we could utilise that to the maximum. So we kind of used it as like, okay, what kickbacks are we going to get, where are we going to get the most benefit from that? We kind of classed it on like a Boots card or a Tesco's Club card. We need to invest all our money in one company, so we can get the best benefits and support, and build a really strong partnership. And I think that's been paramount to our success today.
Definitely. And has that helped you to work out what your clients love, like the best sellers, to make sure you've always got in stock and that kind of thing as well?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's really never to run out your best sellers.
No, definitely not. And obviously, so you were already strong with your retailing before lockdown began in all 4 of your salons. And obviously lockdown has happened. How have you adapted your success with retail during lockdown?
Yeah, so we've had an online shop anyway, but since obviously lockdown hit, we thought that's the only kind of revenue source that we would have. Obviously, Nicola's been furloughed, but I haven't. So for us, it was just like, how can we still generate revenue and keep contact with our clients and make sure that our clients are still getting what they need, instead of going to the supermarkets and picking up,
I think prior lockdown, we were so busy with the salons that we'd actually had the online shop built for a few years, and Dan does all the business side for us, so he didn't really have the time to invest getting that up and running. But when being on lockdown, obviously we've got a lot more time on our hands, so he's been able to really focus on that, and it's been a godsend really having that extra alternative to be able to keep communication with products and offer them alternatives while they're trying to manage their routes through these uncertain times. So being able to provide a service that we can do contactless drop-offs, or we can post them products, and we can keep in touch with them to help them with all their hair worries and needs, has been really important during these uncertain times for us.
Amazing. And I might just bring in a couple of the people that are watching that are asking us some questions as well. So Lorraine Hart, she said she has a small salon at home and she's tried to do a bit of retail, but she was put off when a client said she can get it cheaper online. How do you combat that?
I think you're never going to be able to combat the online market, the likes of Amazon and people like that. But if you're a professional and you're giving that advice, and you'd like to feel that the client would be able to trust and invest in you and your education and knowledge, then rather just buy it off a shelf or get it shipped to your house.
I think if you've got a loyal client base and you are competitive with your prices, but then clients want to support your business, because obviously if you go out of business and they're not supporting you, then they're not going to be able to get their hair done. So I think if you've got a loyal following, people will like to support local businesses and help you get through these uncertain times. So that hasn't been a problem for us, has it?
No, we're more fortunate that our clients are very loyal to us, and they do support it. So
definitely. And does it help as well if you can stock products that aren't as easy to get online? I guess professional only products.
Professional only, obviously.
It should be more difficult for them to track
and again,
down.
It's kind of if you're educating that client into why that should be the product you should have, then why would they not invest in you? Because you're paying for that. So
I think our stylists have been doing using Instagram a lot, where they've been doing like step by steps and doing like online tutorials, and then sharing like what key products or like essential products are going to help get your clients through lockdown, and then the clients like seeing our stylist faces, because they feel more connected. Because obviously everyone's missing everybody, aren't they? So to have that connection ongoing through these uncertain times, I think is really, really important. And clients like to see what we're getting up to in with all this spare time on our hands. Wow.
Do you find that you get more sales after doing like a tutorial or something online?
Yeah, and also want to make it personal so that you can recommend that this stylist has recommends this, so it's this stylist instead of us just throwing out emails left, right, and centre or social media. It's kind of make it more personal, and that client will probably trust it because that stylist is recommending more than us trying to just throw it out there. It's really important to make everything personal as you can.
And are your team still working on that point system during lockdown to get their retail sales?
No,
because they're furloughed, so they can't. Nothing can happen at the moment. So I'm getting all the points at the moment.
Oh wow! I'm sure you'll be going on all the amazing trips everywhere. Brilliant. And we've got another question from Nicola Middleditch, and she said she finds if she likes if she likes the product, she can sell it easily, and that she has to be passionate about the product. What's your take on that? Do you find that the people that do well are the ones that are really passionate about the products, or how does that?
I think it's supporting all your team with education and knowledge. There's such a wide portfolio of products, and you should be confident to be able to use them all. But obviously, if you do have favourites, you are going to be more passionate about it, so you probably get higher retail there. But it's about mixing it up. So if there is certain products that are selling loads and other salons that are maybe selling slightly less, when it provides a key area where we need to refocus maybe education on that area to kind of bring them sales up, or give stylists other ways of using that product maybe that they weren't aware of. So so it's good to have favourite products, but if there's some products that you shy away from, maybe spend some time refocusing on them and look at other ways that you can use them to increase your sales.
Amazing. And do you do any price matching, Nicola?
Dan's responsible for that, so we always retail at the recommended retail price.
No worries at all.
We always retail at RRP. Just because obviously we don't want to cheapen the brands, or we're a professional luxury brand, so we don't really discount unless we just do flash sales and stuff like that.
Or there's bundles to buy, there's things on special offers, then we can group things together. But
we prefer to give gift with purchase. So obviously, if the manufacturer will support you, then they'll give you obviously stuff to sell with. So buy shampoo and conditioner, you get a free candle or travel set or something like that. So it works better that way.
Brilliant. And then Jill Worcester has said, can you explain how the point system works again, please? So maybe kind of go through that in a bit more detail.
So if you, for every pound's worth of retail that is sold, they get 1 point. So it just equates £1 per point, like Boots.
So like if they sell a £15 shampoo or something, that would be 15 points.
For that day, they might sell £80, so they get 80 points. And then for the week, they might get 150 points. It just depends on what they do.
And then depending what promotions we've got on, because these incentives can run over a 9-month period. Because if you've got to imagine, we've got to be able to fund them going abroad, a flight, accommodation, the event. So can be like a 9-month retail plan.
And what we do with that every day, there's a spreadsheet that is updated with every stylist column with their name, dates, how many points they got that day, and then it all adds up at the end as a total.
So that is Dan's job.
Yeah, every day. That goes into a big salon group WhatsApp for the whole the group. That goes in every day. And then it's updated, and we have a leaderboard.
And everyone, all the stylists, even after a long shift, a long day, Dan, where's the points? Because it's healthy competition. They don't want to be at the bottom of the table; they want to be at the top. Because sometimes there's only like a maximum number of places, so not everyone's able to go. Obviously, with 4 salons, we can't close all 4 salons for a period of 3 days. So now it's limited to the amount of places we can take. But again, it creates healthy competition within our business to push them forward and achieve their dreams. So we're creating lifelong memories. We've been to Marbella, we've been to Las Vegas, we've been to Paris, Barcelona. The list is endless. So we have been to some amazing places that they will remember forever. And I think especially on this lockdown, the pictures keep flashing up of last year, the year before, and the year before. When can we go back? And it was so good. I think at times like this, you remember the really good times, and they will come back. But we've had some really special times, haven't we?
That's amazing. And the events or the trips that they go on, are they industry events, or do they tend to just be fun holidays? Or Are they educational at the same time?
They're industry events with our partner company, Garwell and KMS.
Amazing. So they're learning and they're getting education from it as well. So it's giving back to your business.
Get education. We get to travel together as a team, so it creates team bonding. Then it also inspires them because there's a global competition every year that they then have the opportunity to enter if they wish. So we can also then support them with that. If someone's never been to one before, they're just like blown away. Like, right, what retail? What do I need to do to retail? Or if they don't retail, teach me. And it's amazing seeing their journey as an individual from maybe a non-confident stylist who doesn't really do any to being a top stylist who's smashing the incentive and coming first. And we do a little thing where Dan photoshops the pictures of their faces on a plane. On a plane.
Oh.
Or the trolley dolly.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
And we want them all to get there as well. So it is really
I think it's just kind of make it fun is what we try to
do. Yeah, definitely.
We're a business, but it's trying to make it fun and keep it current and making sure that they understand it all.
And keep it consistent. The key is consistency as well, and consistency, communication with your team, communication with your clients, and having a clear plan that everyone knows what's what and how to follow.
That's fantastic. We've got, speaking about the fun side of it, we've got a great question from Peter Tobolsky. I've got to ask it. I think you've probably seen it as well. How many points to get to Las Vegas?
So per person, I think it was 8,000 points. Something like that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But then also each month there can be like double points, triple points if there's like promotional offers. So there's other ways around it. It's not just 1 point per point. No, there's different promotional activity.
We do internal offers and stuff with that, so we could get double points for that day or that week, or
a bit like the Boots Advantage card, like we were saying, where you can see special double points days and things.
To keep the energy and keep the focus. Obviously, if it's running over like a 9-month period, obviously you've got your different seasonal changes. You've got your summer, your autumn, your winter. So we need to do different promotional activity. That Garwell and Jane, our business manager, helps us with that. So that's really, really good and so important to help everyone achieve the same goal, really.
Amazing. And we've got Reese Goodger has said that they're addicted to points.
Hi, Reese.
Is that a member of your team?
Yeah, Reese is one that joined us that told me when he first joined, he doesn't retail, he can't retail. He's
brilliant.
Just won Retailer of the Year 2 years running.
Amazing.
Smyth Hairdresser of the Year 2 years running. So
congratulations, Reese, and you clearly are addicted to the points. That's Reese that it works.
He's definitely become addicted.
And we've got another question from Kerry Butler. How do you put these trips through the business? Her accountant has said that they're not classed as business expenses. How is there a way to get around that?
Well, my accountant, I don't know, everyone's accountant's different, but mine says they are, because again, we're taking employees to business event, a trip. So,
but also I think as well, when sometimes with the incentives we can redeem vouchers through Garwell, our partnership company as well. So obviously there's a cash influx we have to put in as a business, but there's other options, promotional activity through Garwell that we can also go towards achieving the team's ticket as well. So obviously that would go against the business as well.
Yeah,
so, definitely. And I guess it is education, isn't it? You're not giving them a holiday, you're giving them a trip. You are, but it's like a conference.
Resort and a 5-star hotel.
We put it through as education. From our end,
it is education. It is. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything that we shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Marion Rose has said, our town has been very negative to this situation. Some people don't realise when you need to be working. We thought we could work again from June with a rota system, but it seems not. Do you think certain regions will change? So I think this is going away from the retail side of it.
As a business in the whole, obviously government are so quite clear at the minute. Our own personal thoughts, and this is not we don't know any different, but obviously we think they will start outlining from the 4th of July. We don't think that we will be back from the 4th of July. We are in our own heads, this is our personal opinion, that it's going to be more end of July. So it's just
I don't think they'll do region either. I think it will be probably across the
board.
I think it will be the UK, maybe obviously the UK Ireland, but I think the UK will be across the board.
But who knows?
Who knows exactly? Definitely. And yeah, I mean, for instance, we've got a great message from Sam Burnett saying, Dan, he says, did he inspire you to dye your hair pink? And then we've got Mark Giandria saying, what made you go pink? I think your pink hair is sparking some interest. Is this to inspire your clients to show them what they could be doing with the different sprays and things?
Yeah, I'm just promoting. Look, here you go.
There we go. See? Fantastic. And I guess that all helps, doesn't it? Because if you're doing cool stuff on social and your clients are seeing it, they'll think, oh, how have you done that? And if it's just through a little root spray or something, they can do it as well.
Well, you had Daddy and son matching hair because the KMS sprays are obviously temporary. So when Dan went baby pink, they've got a KMS baby pink hairspray. So Elliot had pink hair for the day.
Oh, brilliant. There we go. no age limit when you use it, when you use the spray. Fantastic. And I guess actually touching on that, the fact that obviously there is a lot of controversy at the moment with, you know, whether clients getting itchy feet and wanting to have a go at doing their own colour and things like that. How are you using the strength in your retail business to keep your clients safe and make sure that they don't mess their hair up and don't do anything stupid during lockdown?
Yeah, it's a really tricky one. We are obviously advising our clients not to do box dyes, but we have to be real that they may do box dyes because they may not have an alternative. We don't want to shame them. We will be there for them when we reopen to rectify them. But obviously we can't, it's going against professional advice if we are recommending what box dyes on the hair. We haven't provided a service where we can deliver colour to the door, but we can deliver temporary colour. So we've got the KMS sprays, we've got the Colour Revive conditioners, which are tonal conditioner. We've got the like the touch-up. So there's
I love the fact this shows how great you guys are at retailing. It's literally in front of them right now.
There's lots of alternatives that can just help your clients get through the next few weeks. And then you've just got to be there for them when we reopen. We're going to have lots of colour corrections, which obviously makes us more creative as well. So we're going to have lots of good work to do. We're going to look forward to seeing our clients, but we've just got to wait to see when we can open and then deal with their hair. And be there for them and support them and not knock them too much, trying to make the best of what they can do in lockdown, really.
Has there been a product that's been flying out for you since lockdown began?
They do like the root touch-ups, the gold wax also Colour Revives. They're really temporary, like a wash in, wash out, but they've been flying out.
I can imagine. And in fact, you've got that option available for people, must really help.
The root touch-up and the Colour Revive. The KMS sprays can also help disguise your grey and do a root blend as well. And then if someone wants to get creative with the blonde toners, obviously the Illumin Play, it lasts 10 to 15 washes, so are a great toner that clients can use safely at home. So we've got options. We're limited on the options, but we have got options. I think it is really important to be able to offer your clients some kind of alternative, but we're professionals at the end of the day, so we don't want to be recommending the box dyes because the clients won't be able to choose the right colour, they might not be in the right application. But then if they do have some disasters, it's just being there to support them when we reopen and not shaming them, really.
Exactly. And we've got a great question here. Will you be charging higher prices when you reopen, and if so, how much more?
Yes, that's something that we are looking at the minute. We haven't finalised on that, but depending on the social distancing and if we're going to not be allowed clients in between, like back-to-back appointments, obviously, then the business does need to allow for that. We haven't finalised plans on that, so I don't want to obviously say exactly what that, because we that, but that is something that all businesses will need to look at. Maybe a COVID-19 surcharge, obviously, because you've got to need to look at PPE and the time that you're losing if we're not being able to run back-to-back columns. So I think all salons do need to look at that, but you need to do what's going to be right for your business.
Definitely. And what are your? Shall we move now towards the sort of the holy grail, which is when salons will eventually all be open again? What are your plans for when your 4 salons reopen, from a retail point of view and also from a more general point of view?
From when we open, we are looking, again, this is not finalised because we need to wait and see what the government say, but we need to look at maybe opening over longer days. So maybe look at 7-day week that the stylist can do split shifts on, but open for longer periods, again, to do different shift patterns. We will have full PPE, and we don't want our retail business to change, because retail is such a massive part of our business. So it's just us being more stringent with the cleaning. So if obviously our retail system, all stylists have to put shampoo and conditioner in front of every single client in the consultation, because we actually sell quite a lot of retail in the consultation prior to shampooing.
But right at the start.
Yeah, so obviously we've got to really think about, we don't really want that to stop, but we've got to make sure that the cleanliness. So if a product is taken off the shelf, it might be one person assigned to removing the products off the retail shelf, and then one person assigned to, once they products are finished, then obviously they get fully disinfected before they're able to go back out in use. So we really don't want coronavirus to affect our retail business, because it's such a massive part of our business, and all our teams love doing it, and they see the opportunities they get from it. So we've just got to make sure that we're working to the highest standards, and obviously cleaning everything every second of the day. Definitely.
And that's really interesting. Oh, Elliot, bless him. He's been doing so well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's really interesting what you were saying as well, about the fact that you place the products down at the start of the consultation in front of the client.
Yeah, and that rolls out across all our salons again. Yeah. It's about being consistency. Clients need to be able to see the products that we're using for their be able to talk about it with their stylists. So we don't really want that to change, but we've just got to look at how we can manage, obviously, the hygiene with that, which we were doing before we closed anyway. That anyone touching anything was obviously getting thoroughly cleaned, and an area that was obviously that needed to be clean, and then it was put back out in use. So it's just looking at a system to make sure that we're working to the highest standards with that, really.
Definitely. And we've got another great question, because obviously you've spoken a lot about consistency. Do you have a formal process in terms of training for retail, and can you kind of outline a little bit of how that works?
Yeah, so whenever any new stylist joins us, we've developed our own kind of PowerPoint presentation now that shares our Nicola Smyth retail journey, explains the importance of it, looks at it from a client's point of view. We work with our product brand KMS that have got some amazing videos with that. They went out onto the streets of New York and asking clients from a client's perspective what they think about retail, because a lot of the time it's us as stylists that don't have the confidence to talk about retail, because we maybe think that the client's spending a lot on their hair, they haven't got enough money to spend on the product, so let's shy away from it. But I think if a stylist isn't talking about retail, it's like you going to a 5-star restaurant and the waiter assuming that you can't afford dessert. So it's offering every client the consistent high level of service throughout, and never judging a book by its cover, because it's the ones that you think you're not going to buy retail that spend the most. So so just I say offering that consistent service with everyone, and you get really good results.
Perfect. That's great. I think that's great advice there, Nicola. And we are coming towards the end. And actually, I'm amazed that we haven't had any questions relating to PPE or anything like that. But I guess maybe we just tap on it a little bit. I think you guys, your approach to it has been is a great one, actually. So maybe do you want to just talk about obviously what you're focusing on at the moment?
Yeah. So at the minute, obviously, we're looking at sourcing all our PPE. But what we found over the last 7 weeks was obviously stress levels are extremely high, and we spent so many days worrying, oh my god, we need to do this, we need to do that, watching too much of the news. So what we made a point of saying, until we actually find out exactly what's what, we're going to stop worrying. We're going to get all our suppliers in place, and then once we get the go ahead, then we will obviously start rolling out and sourcing everything. But we don't want to panic. I think everyone needs to stop panicking. Everything obviously it is in certain times, and it's a worrying time for us all. But as long as we've got our health, everything will eventually come back. But we're not panicking. We're not panic buying anything. We will be going above and beyond to make sure our utmost that our stylists are protected and the clients. So we will be doing the utmost we can to protect everyone, because the health is the priority here.
Which is fantastic. And obviously you're making the most of the time to reach out to clients and give them the solutions that they want during this difficult time.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my Elliot's going crazy.
Oh, bless him. Well, should we do? I'll tell you what. I'll give you one last question, and then I think we'll wrap up because I think Elliot's been an absolute star. Bless him. So Ian Uri says, I have a barber's and a children's salon, which is a worry for him. Very young children in the shop will just want to play, and they might be scared if my staff are wearing masks and visors. And obviously, you both are parents as well.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
So this is a tricky one, obviously, because us being parents ourselves.
Yeah.
But when we first reopen, we may not look at doing children's hair, because obviously with the restrictions of having to come to the appointment on your own, that's not going to allow us to do that. So when we first open, we don't really want to do that, but it's going to that choice might be taken out of our hands, because we need to make sure that everyone in our salon feels comfortable, and the risk of infection is obviously to a minimum. So it's hard for us being parents ourselves, saying that we may not be doing children's cut for a while, but that's something that we need to do, is it make a business decision on that, and that's probably what we're going to roll out for the first few months of opening.
Definitely. And the fact you guys are thinking about it as well, I guess now is the time for everyone to put their thinking caps on, isn't it? And just think about what the risks might be.
We're obviously in close talks with our team, so we have weekly Zoom meetings, and any ideas that they want to bring to the table and that they're worried about, we take on board.
Hello, Elliot. He gets to have a bit of screen time.
Sorry. So yeah, that's what we're thinking about when we first open, and we'll just get feedback from the team for that. But yeah, the key point is to obviously minimise the amount of people you can have in, and minimise the risk of infection. And if it's going to be possible.
Fantastic. I think that's great advice there. And we've had a few comments here that have said, don't panic is a great message for everyone, which of course it is. And then the lovely Jo Hinton has said, you are an inspirational couple, and I completely agree. And this has been a very inspirational chat, and thank you so much for sharing some insights and words of wisdom and how you're making some revenue during these difficult times, but also how other salon owners can maybe give it a go once salons reopen. I think the point system is genius.
Yeah, don't overlook your retail. Retail is such a big part of your business, and we would not have the success today without having our retail business and our key product company go well in partnership. So yeah, it's there are key points, aren't there?
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. And everyone, don't forget to check out the KAO Salon Industry Recovery Initiative with the links at the top. And I just want to say thank you so much to Dan, Nicola and little Elliot, who's been an absolute star.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
See ya. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks very much.